In this problem, we are being asked to solve for x. I can tell that this particular problem is a trigonometry problem because in the diagram, there are measurements on both the sides of the triangle and in the angles of the triangle. For example, this corner right here, 44 degrees, is an angle, and the 21 feet and the x are sides of the triangle. If your diagram includes both angle measurements and side measurements, that's an indication that you're doing a trigonometry problem. Like all other trigonometry problems, your first step is to label the diagram so that way you can correctly choose the right formula. So we're going to start by checking that it is a right triangle, which it is. That's because sine, cosine, and tangent only work for right triangles. Next, we need to label theta. Theta is a Greek letter which is used to choose one of the acute angles in the triangle, and we know which acute angle to choose based on where the measurement is. So the 44 degrees tells us that that's the corner that should be theta. Next, we label the three sides, starting with the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the longest side of the triangle, and you can find the longest side of the triangle by going across from the right angle. The second side to label is the opposite side, and the opposite side will always be across from theta, which is why we started labeling theta first. This side right here with the 21, that's the opposite side. And then the third side to label, the last one that's left, that is called the adjacent side. The word adjacent means next to, and the reason why we call this side adjacent is because it's next to the theta. Now that we have all three labels, we can look at the three options, sine, cosine, and tangent. The way I have it written here is in the form of a memory trick, which is sohcahtoa, right? Sohcahtoa. And that's a way for you to remember all three formulas without actually having to memorize the formulas themselves. So our job is to pick the right one by noticing which two sides are important in the picture and which side is not important. In this particular problem, the 21 feet is a measurement that we need to use, and so the opposite side is important, and same with the variable x. On the adjacent side, we're going to use the variable x. The one side that's not relevant is the one that's blank. So notice how on the hypotenuse, there's no measurements there, there's no variable there, and so that one we're going to ignore for this problem. We need to find the formula that uses O for opposite and A for adjacent. So let's look at our three options. We're comparing letters. So this one's not the right one because we're looking for O and A. This one also not the right choice. It's the last one right here. Notice how we have the O for opposite and the A for adjacent. So we're going to use tangent in this problem. So I need to write down the tangent formula, and the formula we're going to use follows the same pattern as how it's written in sohcahtoa, where we have t for tangent first. In the parentheses, we're going to put theta. And then after the equal sign is the O for opposite and the A for adjacent, in that order in the fraction. So opposite is in the numerator, and the denominator is the adjacent. Now I know that I'm using the regular tangent formula for this problem because we are solving for a side of the triangle. If we had been solving for one of the angles, then we would use inverse tangent. So let's fill in the three measurements that we have. So I'm going to write the structure down, leave some blanks for our measurements. First measurement we need to fill in is theta, which in this case is 44 degrees. On the top of the fraction, we have the opposite. The opposite measurement is the 21 feet. And then in the denominator, we have our variable. The adjacent side is x. Now that we have the measurements written in the formula, we can solve this formula for x. The fastest way to solve this equation for x, and by the way, solve means to get x by itself, the fastest way to do that is using cross multiplication. To use cross multiplication, you have to have two fractions, and so we're going to make the left side into a fraction by placing it over 1, and now we can cross multiply. The first diagonal that we're going to use, we're going to do the first diagonal, which is tangent times x, right? I'm actually going to write it with the x first. Right, so x times tangent. That was sloppy. Let me try that again. And then we have our equal sign. And that's going to be equal to the other diagonal, which is 1 times 21. 1 times 21. All right, so this has successfully gotten rid of the fractions, but you may have noticed that x is not by itself yet. Okay, we need to do one more step before x is actually by itself. Right now the x is connected to tangent, but we want x alone. So we need to get rid of the tangent, and to get rid of something, you need to use an opposite. Right now we're multiplying by tangent. The opposite of multiplying by tangent would be to divide by tangent. And so that's what we're going to do on both sides. We're going to divide the left side by tangent, because, you know, multiplication, division are opposites. And the 44 is going to go with, because the tangent and the 44 are connected. And to keep the equation balanced, we do need to divide the right-hand side by tangent to 44 as well. Now, by doing this, the multiplying and dividing by tangents are opposites, so those cancel. And what that leaves behind is just the letter x, which is exactly what we want because it says solve for x. We've just gotten x by itself. Bring down the equals. And what we need to type in is division, right? Fractions mean divide. So what we're typing in our calculator is going to be dividing 21, and we're going to divide that by tangent 44. Okay, the 1, there's no 1 because, you know, 1 times 21 is still 21. All right, so let's go to our calculator and type in 21 divided by tangent, and that way we can get our result. So I'm going to pull up the calculator on the screen. When we're using a calculator, it needs to be in degree mode, so make sure that you're checking. On a TI 83 or 84, you can click the mode button, and a little bit ways down, there's the word degree that's highlighted, so that's good. Click the clear button to get back to the home screen, and now we can type it in just as it appears. 21, then divide by, and then tangent, and then in the parentheses, 44. Hit enter, and we have our result. Let's round this to the hundredths place, so the result would be 21.75. 21.75. Right, our units are in feet in this problem, so I'm going to make sure that we have feet. And so there's our answer. We just found out that the blue side of the triangle is 21.75 feet long. I do want to point out that there is a way to skip the cross multiplication step and go directly to your calculator. The trick is that if your variable is in the denominator of the fraction, then that indicates that you are going to be using division in the calculator. If x would have been on the top, then we would have used multiplication. And those patterns are true for all sine, cosine, and tangent trigonometry problems. So that's all for today. Like and subscribe.